What is up, everyone? This is Kay with Skyway Wolf Game Studios, and today I thought I'd show you a really neat source and version control platform. It's called Diversion. I've been meaning to make this video for a while now, so here we are. Okay, so I do use Git a lot, but it has some limitations, mainly when you add large files. It'll pop up and give you a warning, so you have to go through this whole long process. I'm not going to really get into that. It's annoying. I'll show you an example. So if I open up Git desktop and I do a new repository, I'm just going to call this test git LS or something. Let's just set the ignore. I mean, you don't really have to do this. And let's just go ahead and create and push that. Just gonna leave it, push. And let's just open up Unreal Engine. Just gonna create a little test project. It'll launch on me. I was thinking about it. Go and open this while we're waiting for that. Show an Explorer. There's nothing in here right now. So wait for got a little click happy there, I guess. Let's just close one of those. So here we are. Let's shrink that down. Go again. Definitely not got click happy. Okay. Games. Let's just do first person. We'll just call this get LFS test create. Git is really good for like free projects and it's very affordable. But so is Diversion. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so here's our project. Don't really need to do anything in here. You can connect it over in revision control right here if you want to connect it to Git and connect it directly. I'm not going to worry about that. Typically what I like to do personally, just for quick sake and to avoid problems in here, is just use the folder structure. So I'm just going to open this up, show an Explorer. I don't care about this being open, so let's go here and go to the main folder structure. And usually what I like to do is I just take this all out. Let's do cut and trying to get the other one. Okay. And then just paste that in there, let it copy like that. Good there. Just refresh my Windows 11. And once you have all those files in there, you go ahead and check the GitHub desktop program, and we're all good here because it's got the plus. And then just do clean project start. Description if you want, you don't have to. And then commit. And the first push always takes the longest, even with simple projects. Push that. Give it a couple minutes. I may just speed this part up if it takes too long, so that you don't have to wait. If it doesn't take too long, I'll just leave it. And you know what? While we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and check out Diversion. So this is Diversion, and it basically works very similar to Git. And here's the desktop app I'm using. I'm just going to show you one of my projects. So you can point the folder path. So like if I open right there, you can just click on that and it'll bring right here. Same folder structure kind of. They have the ignore file that you can set for ignoring certain files if you want. But anyway, so you can turn it off and on sync. I always leave it on. Sometimes if there's a problem, I'll turn that off and re-enable it. But anyway, it looks almost identical. And that's really useful to me because you can easily move from Git desktop to using this if you want. And okay, so this is done. I'm just gonna finish explaining this right quick. But the structure, so we have the commit message and then you just make some notes. They don't have the two separates, but that's fine. That's okay. It still does the same thing. So it's very easy to set up. And then you can create new branches and whatnot. I recently started adding controller support, which to me is important for a platformer. A lot of devs don't do that, and that was my last push right here. It gives you the latest update, and you can do all that. It's very, very similar. We'll get into this just in a minute. So our project's pushed in Git, and one of the problems that I mentioned is large files. So let's go find a file. So I got this video I made of controller support. You could check it out on YouTube if you want. I'm just going to copy, and because it's over that 100 megabyte limit, unless you enable LFS, which to me the process is kind of a pain. I wish it was simpler. It's not. You have to go through like this full JIT bash thing. But anyways, so if I put that, let me find, not that one. So if I put that in here per se as an example, so it's in this folder. So I check over here. Now we got the plus for that video. Yes, you can upload videos. And I just do added game dev teaser video or whatever, something like that. And then now I do commit. Oh crap. Says the following files are over 100 megabytes. If you commit these, you'll no longer be able to push to it. So it basically breaks your repository, and that's a problem to you. Recommend, there's the legit LFS, but if you go over here to the thing, it's like this long process. And you're going to lose like at least 30 minutes to an hour doing that. Because Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. It's bound to happen. Alright, so we can't push that crap. So we don't have a copy of that. So you either have to add that to your ignore file and store it locally and hope you never lose it, or you have to just leave it out completely. And that's a problem, especially if you have like a large game that is really high end. That's major deal breaker. So I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to, let's just do this, cancel, and I'm just going to discard that. I don't even care about this. Just going to close that out because I don't need that anymore. So what we can do over here is do You can even do this on the desktop. They do have a free plan that gives you 100 gigabytes for free, which is the indie tier for 5 users. And to me, that's fantastic. Like, that's plenty. And I don't really need any more right now, anyway. So I've been using this for a while now. But anyway, you can get started, and you can also join their Discord or respond to them via email. They are very, very responsible. I meant responsive. If you have an issue, you can create a little thread, and they'll respond to you within 24 hours in most cases. At least that's been my experience so far. But anyway, so you can click get started, create an account. I already have an account, so I'm just going to sign in so you can see what mine looks like. Alright, so here we are. This is what mine looks like on desktop. It's the same structure. This is where you get the download for the desktop installer. It's available on Mac and Linux as well. I'm using the Windows version, obviously. Anyways, so when you download, you can install like normal, and then you'll get this desktop application right here. So now we can just do new repository. You can import the Git project if you want. Just be aware that can take a little while. And recently, it looks like they've added P4, which is Perforce. So that's great to have too. I don't remember that one being there before. It may have been, but I don't recall that one. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, but you do have options. So, and also something to be aware of is last I knew, it only pulls in the latest branch. So just be careful with that. You might have to copy some stuff over, and that's pretty simple. If you need help with that, just be like, hey, Cade, in a comment, and I will make a video on how to do that. All this stuff, because I have used both of these. So let's go ahead and create a new repository. You can set the folder. I already got a folder, so I'm just going to put it here. I'm just going to title the structure. Let's just create a new folder name to S2 diversion. And make sure you set the selected path. So, and then create. And it'll start creating the repository for it. You'll see it syncing, and you can open up the path right here. And to open up the project here, you just click here, and here we are. Okay, so now we got the same folder structure kind of, and we can now we can just copy over everything. So what I'm going to do is go back into that project, and I'm just going to take all this. I'm just going to cut and paste it because I don't care. Paste that in there. And you'll see it start syncing in real time, which is nice. Very, very similar and easy to use. What you want to do is wait for this to finish syncing, because basically what it's doing is uploading all of your files right to their server, which is really, really nice. I like that it does that on the fly. And here it's the same thing. You got these pluses when you're adding files, minus when you're taking away files, or something changed, it'll be a yellow dot. So you shouldn't have a hard time being able to switch over or try it out. Totally up to you. This is just something that I feel that more people should know about, because it's a great alternative, especially for larger files that give you trouble and that you want to ensure remain backed up, which is important when you're building games and whatnot. Okay, so it's done syncing, and then we just tick this box right here. If I had this project actually on Git for a while and it was larger, I would probably do that import option. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to transfer this over via just a simple copy and paste. It only took a few minutes. And then we just do commit, copied, clean, get this God, I can't spell. Issue project to version to new role and platform. Something like that, however you want, or you can just leave the title, it doesn't matter. And then just commit. And it'll show you what files you're going to commit. Just commit again. And you're good to go. Like, I didn't even have to push anything. Like, normally in Git, you have to, like, commit and then press push again. Well, in this, it's all syncing in real time, and I didn't have to do anything. That's it. And something else I would like to point out is they do also have, if you go to fab.com on Unreal Engine's new marketplace and you search for version, God, I can't spell version. They do have a plugin for this. I'll leave the link for this as well that you can check out. And what it will do is the reversion control for Unreal Engine, it will override that and allow you to connect directly to this. It's very simple. Just click the file and engine plugins and then install. Actually, I'll just show you right quick, just for sake. So library. So let's just keep this simple so that you have it. And then just install the engine, because I did not update 5.6. So I'll just show you. Anyways. So it's installed. It'll take a moment. So now let's go back to project. Let's open this up. Plugins. You can actually get, if that doesn't pop up, you can go to edit, plugins, and then search for diversion, and then just go ahead and tick that box, restart now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to click it because my recording toolbar is in the way, and I can't really move it, so I do apologize about that. But anyway, so now that I installed that plugin, I'll be able to click on that. See if I can do. Let's close that down. There we go. There we go. I'll just make the window smaller. Okay, so connect to revision control and then provider. Okay, it looks like they corrected that. It used to, diversion would override the other ones and you wouldn't see them anymore. Diversion, and then it'll find your project and then just accept. And connection successful. Now you're ready to rock and roll. Alright, so There. Oh, one last thing before I go. Remember I mentioned the large file system? So here's that orange dot showing that something changed in the project. But let's take that video again that I had and watch what happens this time. So if I go to downloads and then I just copy that video again that was over the limit for get desktop, and I'm just going to chuck it in the main folder. I don't care right now. And it's syncing. Give it a moment. Sometimes this can take a little while, so just be aware of that. As you can see, it's currently actually uploading. I didn't get any warnings. What I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up right here, just so you don't have to wait too long. Okay, so now that that's done syncing, just to be aware, sometimes larger files on Diversion, one of the slight downside, I wouldn't really call it a downside, is, I guess it's more of a caveat, is the upload times are sometimes a little on the slow. I'd like to see that go a little faster, but I'll take it. It's a win-win to me. So anyways, so as you can see, it's added and synced that file, which if I just do check this box again just to push, let's do enabled plugin and added MP4 demo video. Not gonna even do anything else. Plugin in UE and added demo video. That works. Alright, so let's commit it. Watch what happens. Commit. Ta-da! We're done. No errors whatsoever. How fantastic is that? Now you can work on that project and everything is golden. Anyway, so I hope this video helped you. If it did and you stuck around for the long term, thank you so much. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button, and feel free to check out my Patreon and itch.io pages. And I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic day.